the Open Publics Meeting Law was enacted to ensure the right of the public to have advance notice of and to attend the meeting of public bodies at which any business affecting their interests is discussed or acted upon. In accordance with the provisions of this act, the Cedar Grove Board of Education has caused notice of this meeting to be advertised by having the date, time, and place thereof posted on bulletin boards in the district, published and or transmitted to the Verona Cedar Grove Times and Star Ledger newspapers, tap into online news, filed with the township clerk, and posted on the district's website. Roll call, please.
Mr. Pervulovich.
Yes.
Mr. Schoner.
Here.
Mr. Valero.
Here.
Mr. Mandela.
Here.
Mrs. Dye.
Here. The meeting is open to the public for comments on items on the agenda. Seeing none. Good evening, everyone.
Good
Hello.
evening.
How are you?
Good. How's everybody?
Great.
Good.
Well,
Hot.
it's hot.
It is a little bit warm. Absolutely.
It's cool in here.
It's nice in here.
It's nice in
Absolutely.
Some-
Last meeting of the school year.
That's right.
Yeah, I mean, we keep going, obviously, but last meeting of the school year. Exciting, right?
Yes, it is.
All right. Dispense with the chit chat because we've got 22 pages on the agenda.
Moving right along.
All right. So, committee reports.
Make it quick.
Yeah.
And
so we're gonna
short.
put a timer on it.
I pass on to you, my friend.
You're ready.
We really are, yeah.
Okay. Okay, I attended the fifth grade orientation for incoming fifth grade parents with Mr. DeCourt and Mr. Chell in what I would describe as a very crisp, informative 55-minute presentation. The highlight of the evening was 6 fifth graders reading essays on their fifth grade experiences. They were amazed. They were really great at public speaking and really gave the parents of incoming fifth grade students a great handle on what the fifth grade is like. I attended the South End FSA color run. I don't know if anyone saw the pictures, but I was extremely.
Does anybody miss the
How
pictures?
could we forget the pictures, Mr. Schoner? Is there still paint or whatever it is?
It's a little. I still have a little blue. Still have a little blue, but that was a lot of fun. They raised a lot of money. I also attended last night the APT last meeting of their year, and they said that the prom went extremely smooth, uneventful, and now they're just getting ready for project graduation. I also attended the CGHS Academic Awards and the Scholarship Nights, and the fantastic thing about Scholarship Night is we gave out $104,000 worth of
pretty cool.
scholarships.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was the highest amount they've ever had.
It was what, 145 scholarships, I think is, or we have the one extra, right, 146?
It was originally, yes, I know that Mrs. Bieber said that they got actually an extra $1,000 the next day. Something came in with a donation, stuff like that.
That's great.
Yes, and I also wanted to note that USA Today has ranked Cedar Grove High School as the 62nd best high school in the state of New Jersey, which is a big deal for USA Today. That's it.
Go us.
I'm done. Yes, go us.
That's it?
That's it. I'm condensed it down because we
pretty
have
good.
104 pages of agenda.
Fantastic.
Okay.
Mr. Valero?
No, I'm good for now.
Really?
He's good.
It's because Mr. Schoner went to everything, right?
No, Mr. Valero.
I'm just going to
Mr.
mention
Valero
the third grade science fair that I attended, which was awesome. And to see some of these projects that the third graders put together at the North End, it was amazing. Things made out of Legos that I couldn't do in a million years.
They're going to take over the world.
It's up here. It's cool. Up
there
there,
you go.
the Death Star and everything.
one of 'em.
Yeah, and over there too. It's
Everywhere.
fantastic.
But it is amazing what they can do these days.
Awesome. Well, just a little shout out. I will be attending the South End FSA meeting tomorrow evening. But prior to that, Mr. Featherman and I will have our final coffee talk of the year at 6:30 in the Media Center. Can't wait. There'll be coffee, obviously, and some cookies or something. Okay, all right. Come chat about anything prior to the FSA meeting. It should be fun. Absolutely.
That's what my daughters did.
And then I'll report on it in July. Right, anything else? All right, fantastic. Moving on. I think we have Mr. DeCourt and Mr. Lubino. Are both of you going to present on Future Ready? Okay. Thanks for coming.
You know, fifth grade orientation was crisp, 55 minutes. Crisp. It was a crisp 55 minutes.
Well, good evening again.
I think it's just for the audience.
Good evening again. Thank you for having Mr. Lugumeno and myself tonight and giving us an opportunity to share what we've been doing in our new space. I know the community has seen out in the newspaper, definitely throughout all of the social media pages that we send out information on, the update to our computer lab. And now that we have this great space, now we really need to take it to the next level and show what we're going to do with that and how we're going to infuse new technology and offer our students a better opportunity. So without further ado, I'd like Mr. Lugumeno, he's going to introduce one of our students tonight, and you're going to see some of the things that we're already doing in our new space.
Thank you. So we're going to start off with an interview from one of our 5th grade students. His name's Eric. Eric is one of those students that has really been utilizing the new learning space. Mr. Morbido came down and filmed him. It was a really good time. And I think a lot of what you're going to see Eric talking about is what we're looking to incorporate into our new STEM program that we're going to be talking about a little bit later. So let's see what Eric has to say.
Hi, I'm Eric Silverman, and I'm in 5th grade. Yes, I have designed about 5 different fidget spinners. Well, I kind of got the idea when Mr. Lugumeno printed his own, and I didn't have any money at the time to buy one. And as well, I got the idea from my sister to print it because she printed something when she was in 8th grade. The inspiration for my designs, I first got my first design off of a YouTube video, and then towards the end, I just started making them from scratch. It took about 2 months to get to my final design, and then I'm still sanding and waiting from Amazon to get the bearings. I went through about 5 prototypes, and it was like a hard process because I had to find out the correct measurements, and I had to do a little bit of math, finding out what would fit in my hand, what the ball bearings would fit into, how much sanding I needed to do, and how thin or how thick I needed to make it. And it was actually a very fun process. The first design I had, I said, was made from a YouTube video. And I designed it, and it was too big for my hand, and the bearings wouldn't fit in the holes. Then I tried to make a design that would fit in my hand, and it does. But it was too big, so the bearings couldn't fit. Then I tried a design that broke, and I had to throw it out, sadly. Then I went to this design. The bearings wouldn't fit because it was too big. Then I finally got to my final design, and I'm still in the process of sanding it. And I made it blue so I could tell the orange ones are failures, and this is my good one. I used a software called Tinkercad. You can create your own, different, anything you want to 3D print, and you put it on a software called MakerBot, and it goes to the 3D printer and prints it out. I already designed one thing as a gift for Mr. Lugumeno, and it is, I saw when I was in tech, he lost a micro USB cable for a small computer called the Raspberry Pi, and I made something so you could sort it so you can keep track of more of your stuff, and mostly the computer Raspberry Pi.
Okay, so a little bit about our learning environment. I think you can already see there what Eric was doing. He was utilizing our whiteboard tables. We have these dry erase whiteboard tables towards the back of the room, utilize the fluid seating. Even though we only saw him in the video, there's a lot of collaboration already going on just in the regular technology class. We have our Chromebooks. The lab is completely wireless now. If you remember the traditional lab that we had our tables set up in rows. Students were sitting behind desktops, having to look over the desktops. Mr. Lugumeno either had to stand behind them or in front of them, and they could barely even see our SmartCap IQ board. Now, we've completely revamped the design of the environment. We have active learning stools, beanbag chairs, pillows, bungee chairs, and whiteboard tables, where the kids can create their prototypes, find their failures, and hopefully get their successes out of those. Mr. Lugamano is going to talk a little bit about our focus going forward and our vision for our new STEM course. We have 2 cycles coming. Basically, they're going to be replacing technology and communications. Mr. Lugamano is going to talk a little bit about STEM, and then I'm going to talk a little bit about our other new cycle that we have coming up.
Okay, so I think from that video you can see that there are some students that we have that are really into STEM. Whether you call it STEM or not, what he was doing was he created his first design and it didn't work. But he didn't get discouraged. And he kept designing and designing until he finally came up with the process, the product that he was looking for. And I think that's a big part of it. So we're going to, instead of technology, and Mr. DeCourt's going to go into what's going to kind of replace that, we're going to add a STEM course. And the main goal, focus of it is going to be engineering and design. And the whole design process, we're going to focus on problem solving. So you get a problem, how do we solve this? And is there always just one solution, or can there be multiple solutions to the problem? We're going to focus a lot on brainstorming and collaboration. The new room is set up perfect for collaboration. My students, it's amazing how much more collaboration you see, because you'll see students go off into this corner and they like the more traditional seating and they take the traditional seats. And then you have kids on the floors on pillows and just they get in their own little zone, and it's really cool what they're doing. So the collaboration and brainstorming we're really going to focus on, and also research and development. It takes some research first. First you have to research the project. Instead of just taking a wild guess, let's do a little bit of research first, and then let's try and develop something. And then like Eric said, and I think I pointed that out a little bit, failure as a learning tool. I don't see failure as a bad thing. In my class, failure is not a bad thing. Giving up is a bad thing. Impossible only takes longer. I've been taught that from a young age, something my father always said. Possible always only takes longer. So really show students that if you fail the first time, well, why did it fail? Learn from that failure, and how can we make it better? Mr. DeCourt's going to talk a little bit about the robotics and what he's planning on doing for there, but we're going to incorporate robotics into our older grades, and also 3D design and real-world application. Mr. DeCourt has talked to me, and we've been talking back and forth, and having students make something that serves a purpose, and let the kids kind of pick their own path, pick their own topic, but as long as it serves that purpose, that's what we're looking to do. So I think I'll talk about a couple of other things that we have too. So the tools to enhance the program, these are the tools that we already have. We have Makey Makeys. I don't know if you've ever seen a Makey Makey, but Makey Makeys are great. It kind of teaches you how a circuit works. Mr. Featherman actually walked into a lesson when we were doing the Makey Makeys, and he got to be a part of the circuit where everything, if you're not touching, if you break that circuit, it doesn't work. But the students have made keyboards. They've used Play-Doh in my class. They've used pencil. You can make a keyboard using pencil. It's really just like an engineering kit to make a keyboard out of pretty much anything that will conduct electricity. Eric talked about the Raspberry Pi a little bit. It's a computer in a box about this big. It serves all different functions, and the students really enjoy the Raspberry Pi. That was actually donated by one of our 8th grade students earlier in the year. I think you've seen some of the videos we've taken with the Phantom 3 drone, so we're going to incorporate that into the program. In our Makers Club, we had students designing different ways to pick things up and carry something from one place to another. So we'll look to incorporate the drone in there. Currently, we have 2 3D printers. We have the MakerBot, which you saw in the video, and we also have a Polar 3D printer. We really want to get students into 3D design because that's becoming such a popular, not even popular, almost essential tool nowadays, having the 3D printing. So many things are being made with 3D printers. We also have licenses for the Kerbal Space Program. It was actually brought up to me by a student. I didn't know about the Kerbal Space Program. He brought it up to me last year, and Mr. Court got us accounts this year. And pretty much, you want to talk about physics and how a rocket works and how you have to incorporate how much fuel, but you don't want to be too heavy, because if it's too heavy and you have too much fuel, the rocket's not going to go all. So it really gets students thinking in a physics way. So we're going to incorporate Kerbal Space Program, and then we have the Lego Mindstorms, the EV3s, and I think Mr. DeCourt's going to talk a little bit about those now.
And just to go back to the fidget spinners, I think a lot of middle schools now are seeing these as challenges, and we kind of looked at it as an opportunity to tap into it and provide our students something that they're going to creatively think, they're going to be a problem solver, they're going to look for inquiry thought based solutions, and they're into fidget spinners. So why not have them create them? We have the capabilities, and they're going to be excited to do it. Memorial Day Friday, I had an opportunity to visit Milburn Middle School, and I thank them very much. They have a few different types of courses, not exactly the same courses that we're looking to add here, but I figured maybe I can see some of the things that they're doing in their middle school, and then we can adapt that for our needs here in Cedar Grove. And one of the huge parts of their robotics course were these Lego Mindstorm EV3s. They're phenomenal. Basically, they have two parts of the course, and what the students were doing, they were creating a web page about their fictitious robot that they were going to build, and then they would blog about it on the web page that they created, kept it private, of course, just amongst their classroom. And then they actually built the robot and then programmed it to do certain commands, and that's how the teacher graded them when it completed those commands. It was pretty amazing to watch, and I was able to actually watch them do their performance. The three commands that they needed were to recognize color, it had to dance, and it had to play a song. And then they graded them on a rubric on how well they did with programming their EV3. So we're super excited about that. Today we had spoke, we're hopefully going to move forward with purchasing 10 kits to get Mr. Lugameno and our STEM class started with that, and we're truly excited about this. Going forward, I've had a real struggle at the middle school with college and career readiness. Always thinking, how am I going to translate what we're doing at the middle school that we're actually preparing our students for college and careers? I think maybe at the high school level it might be a little bit easier and transparent to see, but for me, I've been struggling with that at the middle school. So I've been taking a look at our cycles. I know we were headed forward for the STEM class, and I took a look at our communications class, and I said, we can definitely implement a lot of the strategies that the students are using in public speaking in the STEM class, because they're going to be doing these creations, collaborations, and then they can present them to the class. So I think we can cover what we're doing in our communication cycle in the STEM class. Leads the way for our new cycle. It's computer applications for the real world. So what I envision for this class, and we're going to be writing the curriculum over the next few months. Mr. Lugameno is going to be doing the STEM curriculum as well as this curriculum. And basically, it's taking a lot of the core concepts that Mr. Lugameno has been doing in technology and transcending them into the real world. Basically, showing our students how to create a portfolio of their works, their artwork, their literature, poems, math works, all types, an online data source for them. So helping them do that, working with Google Docs, Sheets, Slides, Google Classroom, working collaboratively within Google Classroom, creating resumes, working with resumes, learning how to properly send an email. We have life skills. We used to have life skills when I first started as a cycle in the middle school, and I think we can incorporate that back into this new computer applications course, as well as I said the digital portfolio, and another huge portion that Mr. Lugameno covers, which I think gets overlooked, which shouldn't because it's glaring, is digital citizenship. And that's the students being responsible on social media. So rather than saying we can't have social media, learning the proper ways to utilize social media and using it to our advantage. share as we go forward, and hopefully you can see the results from our new cycle.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you.
That's great.
Now, my daughter also made a fidget spinner, and she took the ball bearings off of her skateboard in order to put them on the fidget spinner. And then she used my spatula, because it's round, and wrapped the sandpaper around it in order to sand
And that's
such
thinking
fidget
outside
spinners.
the box.
Right.
It's genius, that's
Yes.
what we're looking for with our
That's
students.
totally thinking
Yeah,
outside the box.
absolutely,
If I could
Yes.
just add,
Yes.
one of the projects that I picked up from the middle school that I visited was that they were doing, the students were faced with one challenge. They needed to make an assistive device, whatever that may be. It could be for an animal, a human, anything. Just make an assistive device. And I watched the student, I saw their prototype of a Pringle chip puller. So basically, so you don't get your hand stuck in the Pringle cylinder and get all
The
salty
dust, the
and
dust, yes.
It goes in, scoops the Pringle chip out for you, and your hands never touch the chip.
How have we lived without such an item for all this long time?
But they thought of that.
I
That's
saw that.
genius.
It's amazing.
And then they worked it out and then
Right.
designed it. That's what it's about. First come up with the idea and then
One-
where can you go with it?
One student said their teacher never wears their ID, so they 3D printed them and designed them an ID holder. It was just phenomenal.
So they shamed him in a very
Shamed him,
cool
yes,
way.
yes,
Nice.
So those are the kind of things that I hope that, we can transcend to our program here.
It's awesome.
Yes.
I do have a question though about, obviously these are the classes, but then we also offer the Makers Club. And I know this year that there was an immense amount of interest in that where we actually had to split it. And so, half the year the kids got to go and then the rest of the year, the other half. Have we come up with a solution in terms of how people can do it the entire year or?
Well, the problem is we have an after-school tech club and we have a
Right.
makers club. And I teach both, so one day a week I do after-school tech, one day a week I do makers club. I originally had planned, I think I printed up about 40 copies of permission slips. And when I walked down the hall to my room, I said, oh no. So I saw a teacher, I said, you need to make me about 60 more of these. So last year we had, I believe, 82, 83 students. The Makers Club takes a lot of me because,
Right.
I mean, the students are coming up with ideas, but then, well, what do we have for this? So what we did was 25 in the first group and 25 in the second group, and I think we had like 33 in the other group.
If I can interject real quick too, we don't have anything like this built into our schedule. Now it'll be embedded in our schedule.
Coming
So,
up.
Coming
Yeah.
up in
Coming up,
September.
okay.
So for 5th through 8th, they will all receive the STEM cycle.
Okay,
And the computer applications for the real world course will be 6th through 8th because we have Spanish in the 5th grade as a cycle. So now hoping that this is embedded because the need is there, the want is there, the students are yearning for something like this. So if we can't meet all the needs after school, now we'll embed it right in their school day.
I mean, we did flirt with the idea of having it every other week, but then, I mean, do students kind of lose all right, I was working on this, but now I can't get back to it for 2 weeks.
right.
And then you have a day off or whatever, if we have a faculty meeting, and
Right.
it's like, well, I don't see students for 3 or 4 weeks, and then it kind of,
Dissipates.
And when you walk into that media center back by the makerspace, you look at that and you say, it's just a bunch of styrofoam packing. Somebody just unpacked their Amazon boxes and left them here. But it's amazing what the kids are doing there and what they created for the drone for mail delivery and to.
and it was
different
just
prototypes.
amazing, the different prototypes. Some students were using magnets, where other students were using duct tape, where other students were using twist ties, they just went in such different ways, and it was pretty cool to see. If we could clone me, maybe we could do it twice a week.
We'll get Eric Silverman on that. I bet he could
Well,
solve that problem, right?
We are gonna have a new teacher that we're excited for him to start in September. He's gonna be teaching the computer applications course. He's extremely tech savvy. So hopefully the focus will be on seeing if he'll get involved as well
Okay,
in some of these after-school programs to kind of relieve that. But I'm truly feeling that if we're embedding it in the school day and we're exposing it to more students, that, we'll fulfill the need.
got it.
I think it would
Awesome.
be delightful to the board. I think everybody would agree. agree if we could have sometimes presentations at the board meetings that will kind of encourage people to show up.
During the year.
During the year,
Yeah,
If anything that you want to highlight or feature, have them come and
Yeah.
do a thing here. Yeah, yeah. I know we'll fill the seats if we do that.
Yeah.
Put on a performance with the Makey.
Sure.
Makey.
You should look it up on YouTube, it's pretty cool.
Maybe somebody can come up with a toy to flip through the pages.
Yeah, oh, yes.
Well, we just watched them folding clothes with the EV3, folding T-shirts. It was just amazing.
The Pringles chip thing, it just takes the cake, though. That's.
I hope that
that's
student
the
didn't
item.
copyright that. Or get a patent, 'cause they know who they are if they're watching public access in Cedar Grove from Milburn.
Don't worry, I'll be on Facebook tomorrow.
But it was pretty amazing. So.
Awesome. Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
We
Welcome.
appreciate
Yes.
it.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
You guys have an early morning tomorrow. Feel free to run out. It's totally fine. Thank you for coming.
Why did I get excused?
Do you want to go?
No. Hold on, we got about 20 pages to go.
So one presentation that we had planned to make, and we didn't, and we haven't mentioned it at all, was to recognize the girls softball for their state championship. And we had wanted them to come this evening so we could recognize them, especially since we have graduating seniors. But they have their softball dinner this evening. And so amazingly, that seemed more interesting than coming here. So I think we are planning to recognize them in our July meeting, and we hope that everybody comes because it was an amazing accomplishment, and we are incredibly proud of them.
Yes.
You know, you keep talking, you're stealing all my thunder from my report.
I'm sorry. Well, I think, right,
Nothing left.
Nothing left, don't worry, Mr.
all right.
Mandel.
Well,
It's all taken care of.
all right, forget I said that. and
Yes.
Let's move on. See, at first, I felt like we weren't bringing it up early on, and we look like, you know,
We are on it.
can't be jerks, Mr. President.
If you thought you've seen enough color on pictures, think again.
Yeah.
That's more where that came from.
But we also have other areas of sports that I hope you're mentioning because we've
You know, it's never enough. you know?
track.
Track, absolutely.
We have
does
state.
Great
yeah.
job with track.
So-
Care to revise your report, Mr.
Yes.
President?
Accomplishments July 25th as well.
Oh, great.
We'll have them here.
Good
Oh,
deal.
great, okay,
Big
fantastic.
sporting night. Maybe we'll have
Yes.
cake.
Big
Spoiler alert, they're all gonna be here July 25th.
With
Right.
with
I
cake.
heard cake, so I gotta
I
come.
heard cake.
Cake.
I did hear cake.
No
All right.
cake.
Why not?
I wasn't planning on
What's
cake.
wrong with
No
you?
cake.
No, we're having cake.
You're gonna make one for 40 people that are gonna be coming?
Is that a challenge?
Yeah.
Oh, you kidding me?
Why don't you make your cupcakes?
she
That
could
have
make-
softballs on them or javelin, you know?
I might be inclined to do that. I have some free
A
time
javelin
coming up.
cupcake.
Yeah. Come on.
Moving on.
Let's
Yes.
see you do
We
it.
have-
Come on.
You
You
can
got
come
it.
and assist me, you know.
I didn't offer the cake.
Moving on,
you
from the
wanted
Office of the
cupcakes, just
Business
ask for
Administrator and
cupcakes.
Board Secretary. Under
Okay.
minutes, can I have a motion for B1 through B4?
So moved.
Second.
B1 is a motion to approve the public and executive minutes, May 16th, 2017. B2 is a motion to approve the budgetary transfers for the month of May. B3 is a motion to approve the treasurer's report for the month of April. And B4 is a motion to approve the board secretary's certification to the Cedar Grove Board of Education pursuant to the code that no line item account has encumbrances and expenditures which in total exceed the line item appropriation in violation of the code, and further pursuant to the code, no major account or fund has been overexpended in violation of the code. Any comments, discussion?
Nope.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Pervulovich.
Aye.
Mr. Shoner.
Aye.
Mr. Valero.
Aye.
Mr. Mandela. Aye. Mrs. Dai.
Yes. Under bills, can I have a motion for B5?
So moved.
Second.
B5 is a motion to pay the list of bills that were in our packet for the total amount listed therein. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Pervulovich.
Yes.
Mr. Shoner.
Aye.
Mr. Valero.
Aye.
Mr. Mandela. Aye. Mrs. Dai.
Yes. There's a lot of Bs. Okay, under business, can I have a motion for B6 through B14?
That's it.
So moved.
Going. Second.
Thanks. B6 is a motion to appoint Bollinger Specialty Group as insurance carriers for student and athletic accident insurance coverage for the 2017-18 school year. B7 is a motion to approve Bollinger Specialty Group to offer voluntary student coverage for the 2017-18 school year. B8 is a motion to accept the generous donation from the North End FSA of $4,494.78 to be used for new rugs in the classrooms. B9 is a motion to approve the 2017-18 annual service agreement with Frontline Technologies Group in the amount listed therein. B10 is a motion to approve the following scholarship award winners. B11 is a motion to approve ML Inc.'s payment application number 14 in the amount listed therein for work done at the Cedar Grove High School. B12 is a motion to approve the location agreement with NLP Productions and the Cedar Grove Board of Education for the filming of a commercial at the high school. B13 is a motion to approve the Pomptanian Food Service Agreement for the 17-18 school year. And B14 is a motion to set the price for a half pint of milk at 70 cents and the prices of paid lunches for the 17-18 school year as follows. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Pervulovich.
Yes.
Mr. Shoner.
Aye.
Mr. Valero.
Aye.
Mr. Mandela.
Aye.
Mrs. Dai.
Yes. I have a motion for B15 through, let's go to B33. Are you happy?
Yes.
Okay.
So moved.
Second.
B15 is a motion to approve the following tax requisition schedule for the 17-18 school year. B16 is a motion to approve the following tax shelter annuity companies open to enrollment to any board employee for the 17-18 school year. B17 is a motion to adopt the Uniform Minimum Chart of Accounts distributed by the state and utilized by the district. B18 is a motion to authorize the business administrator, board secretary to release warrants for payments of the district bills and transfers as needed. B19 is a motion to approve that the Cedar Grove Board of Education, in compliance with the code, acknowledges the following language on student records in policy 8330. B20 is a motion to approve the curriculum and textbooks for the 17-18 school year that are currently in use. B21 is a motion to accept the MMS FSA donation of 6 active learning stools at the cost of $685, 2 rolls of artificial turf at the cost of $535, and 5 bungee chairs at the cost of $152. These items were donated to transform the computer lab into the environment, as we saw presented to us.
Yes.
B22 is a motion to approve the closing of the debt service account effective June 30th, 2017. B23 is a motion to approve the subscription busing contract with the parents of the student listed therein at the rate listed there for the 17-18 school year. B24 is a motion to approve the subscription busing contract with the parents of the student number listed therein at the rate listed therein for the 17-18 school year. B25 is a motion to approve the subscription busing contract with the parents of student listed therein and the amount listed therein for the 17-18 school year. How many times can I say that? B26, whereas the Cedar Grove Board of Education wishes to transfer unanticipated excess current year revenue or unexpended appropriations from the general fund into a capital reserve account at the year end, and whereas the Cedar Grove Board of Education has determined that an amount not to exceed $1 million is available for such purposes of transfer. B27, whereas the Cedar Grove Board of Education wishes to transfer unanticipated excess current year revenue or unexpended appropriations from the general fund into a maintenance reserve account at year end, and whereas the Cedar Grove Board of Education has determined that an amount not to exceed $500,000 is available for such purpose of transfer. B28 is pursuant to PL 2015, Chapter 47. The Cedar Grove Board of Education intends to renew, award, or permit to expire the following contracts previously awarded by the Board of Education. B29, whereas the Cedar Grove Board of Education has determined that a true and very real need exists for the acquisition of 15 new copy machines through a lease with an option to purchase agreement. B30 is a motion to approve the acceptance of the grant funds and the submission of the FY18 IDEA grant in the amount listed therein. B31 is a motion to use the LRP school to serve as a bus stop for the YMCA of Montclair during the summer. B32 is a motion to approve the location agreement with OMCZ LLC and the Cedar Grove Board of Ed for the filming of an anti-bullying teen musical film at the high school. B33 is a motion to approve the parent transportation contracts for the 2017-18 school year listed therein at the rate listed therein. Any discussion?
We don't care.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Pervulovich.
Yes.
Mr. Shoner.
Aye.
Mr. Valero.
Aye.
Mr. Mandela.
Aye.
Mrs. Dai.
Yes. From the Office of the Superintendent of Schools, believe we have a brief superintendent
Yes.
report.
Do?
Emphasis on the brief.
Yes?
It's only been a month, you know.
It's only been a month. It's our final month. Couldn't be more excited about the things going on at Memorial Middle School. Let's sort of end the year with some accomplishments across the district, shall we? As you know, I am fond of the Student of the Month recognition ceremonies we have throughout the year, so I thought I would show you a photo of all 9 of them together in one spot. We took this photo during our luncheon a couple of weeks ago, hosted by the Rotary Club, who generously donates the banner every year that you see in the photo there, identifying each of our winners. The at-large selection this year was Catherine Elias, a wonderful young lady who will be studying at Rutgers University to become a physician's assistant. Great stuff. These kids really do embody, represent, exemplify the type of young men and women that this district, frankly, helps create. Very proud of that. How about the South End Color Run? As if you haven't seen enough of the South End Color Run, I couldn't resist sharing a couple of my favorite photos from the event. Just a wonderful day. The South End FSA, again, steps up big and actually fed all of the participants. What a wonderful morning it was. In addition to what you've heard a little bit about, the scholarship evening, it was its most successful ever. CGHS also had its junior-senior prom. Pictured here is myself along with the Daniel Platt, who was elected prom king. It was a great evening. is a terrific young man. It was a great night for him and his classmates. Just a great time had by all. As a reminder, our final coffee talk is tomorrow night in the South End Media Center at 6:30. Come one, come all. Help us end the year with some feedback. Let us know how we did. The MMS Outdoor Learning Lab continues to grow, and special thanks to our local Girl Scout troop who selling cookies, wearing their feet and fingers to the bone, selling cookies and securing some grant funds. They have added this beautiful bird and butterfly sanctuary. Complements the already wonderful little pond and flower area and greenhouse that we have in the middle school courtyard. And a shout out to the girls, the Cedar Grove Girls Lacrosse Program, for donating, as you see there, Kindness Rocks. Not only does it send a nice message, but it also looks lovely. North End, of course, is prepared, as we all are, for moving up. And so our kindergarten students, now let's just remind you where we were in September. Our pre-K and our K students were actually at LRP, as if you need reminding. And so those young boys and girls really did journey, didn't they? Right, starting at LRP and the trials and tribulations of that. And I get shout out to the parents who walked with us down that pathway to help us transition to LRP and then ultimately back to their rightful place at North End School. What a great year. Recently they had field day, just a fantastic time. And of course the CG softball, I couldn't help but end with that. Not only did they win another Group 1 state championship, but they were asked to show up at a Yankees game. Mia threw up first pitch, and the entire team was recognized. So just what a fantastic run. Couldn't be more proud of the girls and the coaching staff and the families that supported them on this run. So thank you for a great year, folks. Thank you.
I love that Panthers logo. Yeah. That's great. That's awesome. Wonderful.
I think so, yes, thank you. All right, so moving on, under personnel, can I have a motion for S1 through S26?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, S1 is a motion to approve the superintendent's report. S2 is a motion to affirm the superintendent's report on harassment, intimidation, and bullying from June 13, 2017. S3, be it resolved that the Cedar Grove Board of Education appoints Mr. Michael DeVita as the board secretary / school business administrator for the Cedar Grove School District for the period beginning July 1st, 2017 and ending on June 30th, 2018, the salary listed therein. S4 is a motion to approve Nancy Anderson, the South End School Principal, Administrative Secretary, from September 1st, 2017 through June 30th, 2018. S5 is a motion to rescind the resignation date of June 2nd and approve the new resignation date for Dina Meixner to June 23rd, 2017. S6 is a motion to accept the resignation of Carol Travoto, North End School Lunch Aide, effective June 23rd, 2017. S7 is a motion to retroactively approve Ann Murphy, South End School Paraprofessional, from May 23rd to June 23rd, 2017. S8 is a motion to approve David Coster, high school math teacher, at the rate listed therein from September 1st to June 30th. Welcome back to Mr. Coster. S9 is a motion to approve Jessica Ingrazia, South End School Special Education teacher, at the rate listed therein from September 1st, 2017 to June 30th, 2018. S10 is a motion to approve Stephanie Hios, South End School second grade teacher, at the rate listed therein for the 17-18 school year. S11 is a motion to accept the resignation of Barbara Bolandi, high school student assistance counselor, effective June 30th, 2017. S12 is a motion to retroactively approve the following substitute teacher from June 1st, 2017 through June 23rd, 2017. S13 is a motion to reimburse the following school-based volunteers for fingerprinting expenses as per the policy. S14 is a motion to approve the following as a school volunteer. S15 is a motion to approve summer work for the following guidance counselors at the rate per diem, at their per diem rate of pay. S16 is a motion to reemploy and set salaries for the tenured administrative staff shown below for the 17-18 school year. S17 is a motion to reemploy and set salaries for the non-bargaining staff members shown for the 17-18 school year. S18 is a motion to verify the accomplishment of 1 quantitative merit goal and 2 qualitative merit goals to submit to the county superintendent for approval. S19 is a motion to reemploy and set the salaries for the custodial staff members shown below for the 17-18 school year. S20 is a motion to approve the following paraprofessionals for the 17-18 school year. S21 is a motion to reemploy and set the salary and rates for the following staff for the 2017-18 school year. S22 is a motion to approve the following lunch aides for the 17-18 school year. S23 is a motion to approve the following fall coaches for the 17-18 school year. S24 is a motion to rescind the following staff for summer custodial maintenance work at the rate listed therein to begin after May 1st, 2017. S25 is a motion to approve the following students for classroom observation. And S26, that's the last one, right, is a motion to approve the following stipend positions for the 17-18 school year. And there are a lot, pages and pages of them. Oh, wait a second. There's 2 S26s. It's funny because I was just asking Mr. DeVito where S27 was, so sorry. I need a motion for S27, please.
S27, so moved.
Second.
So S20, the real S27 is a motion to authorize attendance at the following events.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
All right.
Any discussion?
No.
I just want to mention some of the new hires have to do with people who are retiring. We are losing Sue Davis from South End, who has been there for 18 years, which is a really long time. And then we're also losing Mrs. Zambrano, who's the second grade teacher at South End, who's been there a lot of years. Not as many as Sue, but then she was at North End for a number of years as well. Did I miss? I think those are the only 2, right, as far as replacements on this, for this? Yes. Okay, that's what I thought. And they will be missed because they were fixtures at South End. So, and they're big shoes to fill, that's for sure.
Maybe we need a did you know. Maybe a nice did you know out to the community for
Absolutely.
Yes, that is.
service and contributions. What do you think?
Yeah,
That's a
no,
great
I think
idea.
that would be great,
That's a
absolutely.
great idea.
Yeah. Great suggestion. All right, enough of the discussion, roll call, please.
Mr. Pervulovich.
Yes.
Mr. Shoner.
Aye.
Mr. Valero.
Aye.
Mr. Mandela.
Aye.
Mrs. Dai.
Yes. Under contracts, can I have a motion for S28?
So moved.
Second.
S28 is a motion to approve the following contracts for special education students as recommended by the Director of Special Services. Any discussion?
No, ma'am.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Pervulovich.
Yes.
Mr. Shoner.
Aye.
Mr. Valero.
Aye.
Mr. Mandela.
Aye.
Mrs. Dai.
Yes. The meeting is open to the public for comment on items on or off the agenda.
Don't everybody jump at once.
Seeing none. Alrighty, announcement of future meetings. You know, back in the day when I first got on the board, I'm pretty sure we said goodbye in June and we saw each other
Came
at
back
the
in
beginning of the
September?
school year, yeah.
Yes.
We did, right?
What happened?
End of August.
That
we
would-
came back.
Those are the old
There's
days.
so much that goes on that
So
we,
much that goes on.
and we would miss each other. Come on, who are we kidding?
I
Mr. Mandela would
miss
miss us.
Frank so much.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Definitely.
Yes.
So, we're gonna be back. So, July 25th, here, 6 PM executive, 7 PM regular. August 15th, 6 PM executive, 7 PM regular. A lot going on in the next week. We have the middle school graduation next Thursday.
Yes.
We have the high school graduation on Friday, and it's not gonna rain, and we're gonna have the most amazing graduation on our new turf field in our athletic complex, and it's gonna be wonderful, right?
Absolutely, that's the plan.
Absolutely. So, week and a half to go, and we're done.
Yeah.
We got this.
Alrighty. But a motion to be done for this evening.
So moved.
Second.
Okay. No discussion. Roll
No
call.
discussion.
Mr. Pervulovich.
Yes.
Mr. Shoner.
Aye.
Mr. Valero.
Aye.
Mr. Mandela.
Aye.
Mrs. Dai.
Yes. The meeting is over.